Thing that we're going to learn, it's going to be important that you can see both of these screens, but we're going to start off by focusing on this one over here on the left. You can draw your attention to the screen that has the purple box around it. Just as a reminder, up until now, we've been primarily navigating Canvas using Student View. In order to do the next task, which is to create an announcement, you're going to need to leave Student View. You're going to do this by going all the way to the bottom of the screen and clicking on the button where it says Leave Student View. This is going to suddenly make your screen look a lot busier because you have access to all of the different teacher elements. But one of those teacher elements, which you will see in the left-hand column of navigation, is called Announcements. Click on the blue word Announcements once. This is where you can create announcements that will go to the entire class at once. Your announcement will be the tool that you will use to communicate with students who are in the class that you are subbing for over the course of the day. This is the only thing in Canvas that you as a sub will pretty much be changing. In order to create a brand new announcement, you're going to want to go up to the top corner and you're going to click on the blue plus announcement button. Please notice that this is up here in the top right corner of the announcement screen. It's also important for you to know that you will need to do this later in your assessment. Once you've clicked on the blue announcements button, it's going to pull up this field, which has those elements that we discussed earlier. Once again, your subject or your topic title, the content, which will go in what we term the rich content editor, and finally a section at the bottom where you can choose who your recipient is by selecting who the post will go to. Let's go ahead and practice making an announcement together right now. As you can see up here, I'm going to add a topic title, and let's go ahead and say English 9 class for 929. And we'll pretend for the time being that the announcement we're creating is for this class that you see over here on the right. Now, once we have decided what our title will be, we're going to move down to the Rich Content Editor, which works like pretty much any text box. Click on the Rich Content Editor, and then you can type your information here. Now, I've already pre-typed this information just so you can see what type of content you might include in your announcement. It reads, "Hello class, I'm going to be your sub today, 929, and we will be working in Canvas. Here's the link you will need to access for today's lesson. Here's the meeting for today's class. Click here to join our class Teams meeting." Starting here, I'm going to want to make sure that I actually have a live link for students in Canvas, right? So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to create a hyperlink. You're going to take whatever text you would like to create a hyperlink for, and you're going to highlight it. You can do this by using your mouse to click on one space and then holding your mouse button down while you drag your cursor down to the end of that section. Now, in order to create our link, we need to know exactly which URL or address we are going to link to. In order to demonstrate this quickly, I've already gone to the Explore 929 page in my other browser. So if you see how I am demonstrating this, I'm going to move my cursor up to the top to this line where it has our URL or our web address. I'm going to click on it, which is going to highlight it. Or if I need to, I can once again drag my cursor over the entire thing, which will highlight it. And then I'm going to want to copy and paste it. Now I can copy this by either using the keyboard shortcut Control-C, or I can use my right mouse button to click on it once and then to select copy. Once I have this copied, I'm going to want to add it over here, once again, to this highlighted portion. So you can see I just clicked on this browser, which activated it once again, and it turns blue. And I'm going to add my link to this text. I don't want to just paste it because then it'll just paste it right over there. So instead, once I make sure that the section that I want is highlighted, I'm going to navigate up here to the button that has a chain on it. This is the link button. It'll allow us to add a link to a URL. You're going to use your mouse to click on it once. This will bring up a field where you can paste or type in the URL to the page. Once again, we used Control-C to copy, so we can use Control-V to paste. Or if we prefer to, we can once again use the right click on the mouse and select paste. Once the link is here, you're going to choose the button that says Insert Link. You'll see it go yellow and highlight it. And then when you click off of the text, you'll notice that it's now blue. And if we hover over it, we can see a little underline appear. And that tells us that the link is live. Finally, you can see below I have added a space for our class Teams meeting. Now, I haven't showed you how to create a Teams meeting yet. We're going to be doing that in Module 2. So please know that this is something we will circle back around to later, but typically you would already have this link before creating this announcement. So far we have our subject, our content. Now we have to go to our recipient. So as you can see, there is a field right here below the rich content editor, which says post to. Right now it defaults to all sections, but if I only wanted to have this post go to one specific class, for example, if the class was my period 3 class, which appeared only on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I was not going to be teaching on Wednesday and Friday, I would make sure that I selected the appropriate class from the drop-down menu. You can either choose all sections or you can choose one of the classes that's listed there. If you needed to attach a file, you could do that here. So if the teacher had given you an assignment to give to students, you can upload the file here by selecting Choose File and uploading it from your desktop. And finally, you're going to come down here to the right corner, and when you are ready to send it, because it's completely finished, you're going to go ahead and click the blue button that says Save. This will send the message out to your entire course.